Dear teachers, dear friends, welcome to this video blog on volition in the series of the 4 nutrients. It had edible foods and sense impressions, and this third nutrient is volition, our deep desire, our inspiration, our intent. And I want to share about it based on my personal discovery of my aspiration, of my will, you might say. What is motivating me? What is driving? What is the energy that is driving my action, that gives rise to my actions in my daily life? In this way, it becomes a nutrient, because the way, the trajectory our volition is taking us, it helps unfold and manifest our life. Where we put our attention, where we put our action, where our consciousness focus or wants to grow. And many times this is unconscious. Parts of this is unconscious. So the process of meditation and coming back to ourselves and seeing in situations in our life what is motivating me. And so, as some of you know, I studied law in Sweden and worked as a lawyer before traveling and ending up as a Buddhist monk in Plum Village many years ago. And I remember starting law school. I had this kind of idea that, okay, I'll study, I'll become a business lawyer, earn a lot of money so I can retire early. That was like day one intention. And I think deep down there was other aspirations for sure, but that was like the surface level that I was aware of. And I enrolled and I started going to lectures and spent days and days at the library studying and taking a couple of exams the first semester and having a group of friends that we both study and play together. And after one semester, I thought it's too much work just to do to earn money. I have to find another reason why to be here. Why do I want to continue this? I also didn't feel like the fish in water at all. Being the first in my family to go to university, it felt like a foreign land. Felt like an immigrant in a foreign land. Slowly catching up. I was learning many things in terms of friendships, in terms of discovering myself as a young man. But there was something in me in relationship to studying law that it didn't jive. And from just that, recognizing what had motivated me and seeing like it's not worth it. Is there another motivation? Is there another will that wants to come forth that's maybe already there, but it hasn't been in the spotlight yet? And it was to help people, to be of benefit. And then, okay, it was more a sense of purpose. There's more a sense of meaning in what I did. And so learning things to understand the system and the legal framework in order to help people. And so what I focused on was family and personal related issues, and I worked around 4 years in different areas around that. But could see, no, it's not really helping people. Actually listening to people's situations, just listening, being with them was what inspired me the most in that career and probably made me stay as long as I did. Because I felt there was this human connection, but the thing I saw and I could sense would be of benefit for them was not the reason why they came to a lawyer. It was to get their way or to be right. They came to the lawyer, not to harmonize their relationships, not to look back at their own perceptions of themselves and people around them. And it was from that realization too that I traveled around. And so one day in November in 2002, I decided to be a Buddhist monk and ordained in the Plum Village tradition. And many people ask, why do you want to be a monk? And I say, actually, the thing, and people still ask me even a year after disrobing, why do you disrobe? Why did you ordain? These big shifts in our lives is very interesting. Sometimes we think we just gotta get on board, we gotta get on our train track in life, and we just continue. So someone that takes like a big exit, or maybe shifts from the train to start walking or take the bus instead, it's like, wow, how come? You must be very courageous. But for me, it's been that of discovering what is in my heart. What do I want to spend this precious life with? Where do I want to put my energy and attention? And so the path of a Buddhist monk was a clear manifestation of that. And it was elements of having my hobby of meditation, self-reflection as a career. It's very appealing if we can find a way to have our hobby as our also livelihood. Our way of means is wonderful, but also living with others, practicing with others, of living close to nature, living simply, but also being of service. Because I see it was meditation had helped me already so much. Also at university and as I was working, I was meditating, mostly on my own, but very regular sitting in different traditions, and it helped me to have this self-reflection and clarity in my own choices. So I could see that I've been cultivating my mind already long before I come to Plum Village. And so it's kind of a full hand of what seemed like I want to spend my life with. So what we're doing here is like actually what I want to do. And I could see so many people coming to Plum Village benefiting from the practice as well, doing beautiful things out in the world, being of support and inspiration for so many in so many ways. And they still needed a place of spiritual refuge, a place for them to return, to restore and renew, and to go deeper. And so it was like the last hurdle for me was, can I give myself this gift of ordaining? And it was partly because having then friends that came to Plum Village that were doing these beautiful things. They were school teachers, they were therapists, they were social workers, etc. And I said, okay, they're doing that work there, so I'll do the work here. But we're not separate. That was one of the main insight in the beginning, that kind of interbeing, that also allowed me to follow my deep wish of ordaining. And I think also that understanding is also helping me not have a difficult time in this transition back into lay life this past year. Because I see is my volition is not broken. I've tapped deeper into my volition and what is appropriate now for me. What is the right action, the right path forward. And I want to share a little bit how I was helped to find this volition. You know, some of you know that I was ill with cancer, stage 4, diagnosed 3 years ago now in September 2018, and underwent treatment that winter and was very weak and weary, but also came in contact with life and death. And I could sense and feel and realize that it would be okay. If there weren't enough conditions for this life form to continue, I could let go. And there was so much light. There was so much ease and serenity. Very similar to the quality I felt in the Paranirvana temple in Kushinagar, where we visited in 2016. I sat in there for a long time at the head of the reclining Buddha at this shrine. And the serenity and the peace, the tranquility I experienced, so subtle, so soothing, and so powerful. And it was qualities of this that I experienced too in communicating with life beyond birth and death. It's like I would be ready to let go if conditions call for it. But I chose to live. I chose to continue. And I did all kinds of things for healing to happen. And then in June of 2019, I visited an integral medical doctor at her clinic. And the same weekend I was there, Rodolfo Carrillo was also there. He works with conscious leadership as like a modern shaman. You can find more about Rodolfo if you look for Ser. Ser is to be in Spanish, is his way of teaching and helping people grow. And we had a one-on-one session. We sat for a while, and when we opened our eyes, he just asked me, and it was a little bit confused on his face. You can see it's like he's kind of ambivalent. He wasn't sure, and he just asked me, "Do you want to heal?" And I touched the same ambivalence in me. In order to heal, you need a tremendous aspiration and will to wanting to heal and do all kinds of steps along the way that it's not always pleasant. It's definitely not easy. And a man who himself went through severe cancer and survived many years, he say that many of the cancer patients he meet, because he worked to help others, he say that many of them, they don't choose to live. They let go or they give up. And so I chosen to live and to heal in so many day-to-day decisions for the past 6 months. But still I could feel like his questions was right at the mark. Like I sense this ambivalence in me, and I started sharing what was in my heart, and it was clear that it's like a rebirth. I got a chance, one more chance in this life. So how do I want to spend it? I cannot just continue on the walk of a Buddhist monk just because it's been my path for many years, not because I like it, not because I respect and have so much gratitude for that path, but can I choose it 100% now, in that moment? And there was the ambivalence. And so that was a kind of a koan for me, something I looked into the next many months, staying at Deer Park before I left it in March of 2020. And in the process, continuing at home in Sweden and having a lot of time to rest, not having to communicate with a lot of people and not needing to do anything. Sleeping until I woke up, eating when I was hungry for months. Taking walks and exercising when I had the energy to. Slowly, it became more clear, being in a different environment for me. Taking time and space from my daily life, you know. Okay, I'll jump off the station, and I just stay at the station for a while to see, like, am I getting on the train again, or am I like choosing another route? So for me, that has been pivotal in my life to discover my deep volition. Because once I'm in the trajectory, it's very easy for me to see the beauty and the wonder of that. And feeling like, yes, I want to continue. And then maybe not listening as clearly to other voices in me. And so through that path, it became clear, no, I want to continue as a Dharma teacher in the world, as a practicing in a intimate relationship. And many of those things has manifested. Wanting to have conditions to teach and serve, wanting to have a condition to live close to nature and grow some vegetables, and that has also manifested. Many new friends have also manifested, even though I cherish a lot of my friends in California and brothers and sisters in the monastic tradition. And, I cannot be separated from you guys. And I'm kind of like feeling like I'm been a speedboat from the big Sangha ferry of the Plum Village monastic tradition, going to a new shore and taking a manifestation that is easier to work and to reach people in this land. And so that's a little bit on my own journey with finding my deep volition, my aspiration in life. And so to ask ourselves, what is fulfilling for me? What gives me meaning? Where do I see, what direction do I see myself go in? You can see it as the North Star. We don't have to arrive at the top of the mountain or at the North Star. It's like being on a pilgrimage. We start walking. Like the Chinese proverb, every journey of thousands of miles starts with one step. So what step am I taking? Which direction am I going right now? Just to be very clear on that, to see is it just because I have it? Is it because someone expecting me to do this? What is it motivating this step? What am I prioritizing in my life? Where am I investing my attention, my thoughts, my words, my actions? And what is manifesting through this investment? So just to kind of see. For that we need to learn how to still ourselves. So be still and see. So we're not riding a horse galloping away. In case you haven't heard this story, there's a little village and there's a man sitting out on his front porch, and he sees like a cloud of dust at the end of the village main street, and there's a horse galloping through town, and a friend of his is on the horseback, back on the horse, kind of not really riding, just kind of holding on, trying to stay on the horse. And his friend on the porch sitting there is like asking, "Where are you going?" And the man looks back and says, "I have no idea. Ask the horse." Right? And so sometimes it's like that. Even we suddenly get on the horse, we lose control over the horse, and we don't even know it. Maybe it's our social feed that is the horse. Maybe it's our work that's our horse. Maybe there's our idea that we have to accomplish this and this and this and this in order for us to be happy. Maybe that's our horse. Or maybe we're casually riding the horse. We have the reins and we can steer and we can slow down, we can speed up. So the problem isn't the horse, it's our relationship with the horse, right? So where are you going? I'll ask myself the same question and let this nutrient of volition, deep aspiration of will seep into my consciousness. And I hope this is of benefit for you also to reflect on. And may you be healthy, may you be happy, may you be light in body and mind. Bye for now.